The alarming homelessness crisis in America's largest cities. It's worse than you think. The United States is often viewed as a global superpower, renowned for its economic strength, political influence, and as a center for innovation and business. However, beneath this progressive facade lies a troubling reality. The nation is grappling with significant social issues, one of the most pressing being homelessness. This crisis is especially pronounced in major cities, including New York, where over 880,000 individuals find themselves homeless, starkly contrasting with the image of America as a land of opportunity and prosperity. In Las Vegas, many homeless individuals reside in underground tunnels, battling drug addiction and scavenging for survival amid unimaginable conditions. Let's delve into 15 U.S. cities grappling with the highest rates of homelessness and examine the underlying causes. 15. Washington, D.C. As the capital of the United States, Washington, D.C. is home to around 4,922 homeless individuals. Alarmingly, 7 out of every 1,000 people in the nation's capital are living on the streets. The government has attempted to house the homeless in concentrated housing projects, but not everyone qualifies, and some who do refuse to move in. The number of homeless seniors has nearly tripled in the past year, with 2/3 of the elderly homeless population over the age of 70, and some exceeding 90. David, a homeless man from Washington, D.C., shared, "I get food and money from kind people, but I don't want to live like this. I want to find a better place and end this way of living." On a positive note, Washington, D.C. has experienced the most significant decline in its homeless population from 2020 to 2023 compared to other cities on this list. 14. Eugene, Oregon. Eugene is among the U.S. cities with the highest per capita homelessness rates, with about 432 individuals out of every 100,000 people experiencing homelessness. This complex issue profoundly impacts the community, as factors such as a lack of affordable housing, limited shelter capacity, and insufficient mental and behavioral health resources contribute to the over 3,000 people in Eugene facing homelessness. More than 2,000 of these individuals are unsheltered each night. As of January 2022, approximately 44%, or 1,182, of the 2,690 homeless adults aged 25 to 64 were experiencing chronic homelessness. Overall, a staggering 73% of Eugene's homeless population lives without shelter, marking one of the highest rates in the nation. 13. Chicago, Illinois. Currently, around 6,139 residents in Chicago are experiencing homelessness, a figure that has remained largely unchanged since 2007. Numerous images shared by American media outlets depict the desperation and harsh living conditions faced by homeless individuals in this bustling city. The struggle against homelessness is compounded by the financial burden of rent, food, and other essential needs, creating a vicious cycle that is hard to break. Programs like the 2020 Chicago Recovery Plan and the 2022 All Chicago Plan have been implemented to assist homeless individuals, but challenges persist in terms of funding and resources. 12. Seattle, Washington. Seattle, home to major corporations like Microsoft, is experiencing a disconcerting homelessness crisis amid its rapid economic growth. The wealth generated by the tech boom stands in stark contrast to the increasing number of individuals living on the streets. A typical story of homelessness in Seattle is exemplified by Kara Bernstein, who, like many others, found refuge in an area known as the Jungle, a notorious makeshift camp beneath a highway known for its harsh conditions and pervasive fear. Despite the dangers, Kara felt a sense of safety there. Having wandered the streets for years, she valued the community that was hard to find elsewhere. 11. Portland, Oregon. The complexity of homelessness in Portland is glaringly evident through the numbers. As of 2024, thousands of individuals are living unsheltered on the streets, with homelessness in Portland rising by an alarming 65% from 2015 to 2024. Currently, there are approximately 6,297 people without stable housing. During this same period, the city of Portland has allocated a staggering $1.7 billion towards affordable housing development and various services, resulting in the creation of 4,608 affordable housing units. Yet, despite these significant investments, many seeking affordable housing still face lengthy waiting lists. The personal challenges faced by those living on the streets further complicate these efforts, particularly due to untreated mental illnesses and substance abuse issues. Estimates indicate that substance abuse affects between 58% to 88% of the homeless population, with the low cost and widespread availability of fentanyl contributing to its growing popularity as a drug of choice. This trend has led to record overdose deaths, with fentanyl now recognized as the leading cause of death for individuals under 50. Currently, hundreds of unpermitted encampments are scattered throughout almost every neighborhood in the city, raising urgent questions about how to effectively address this crisis. 10. San Francisco, California. San Francisco, an iconic city known for its landmarks like the Golden Gate Bridge and its proximity to Silicon Valley, faces a stark homelessness crisis, with approximately 7,082 homeless individuals. Despite being admired globally, the city grapples with deep social challenges. Skyrocketing living costs, primarily driven by soaring property values and rent, have rendered San Francisco one of the most expensive cities in the world. This financial strain has led to a growing homeless population, creating a glaring contrast between the city's wealth and the increasing number of individuals without stable shelter. 9. Las Vegas, Nevada. Recent data reveals that Las Vegas has approximately 8,323 homeless individuals, with 3,969 sheltered and 4,354 unsheltered. Surveys indicate that job loss and eviction are significant contributors to homelessness in the city. Beneath the vibrant streets and towering skyscrapers of Las Vegas lies a grim network of storm drains that stretch for hundreds of kilometers. These tunnels have become makeshift shelters for over 1,000 homeless people, many of whom have created shabby living spaces from items scavenged from dumpsters. Jay, who has lived in the tunnels for over a decade, describes life underground as horribly filthy. He often faces theft of his belongings from other homeless individuals, leading him to feel that keeping possessions has become pointless. A significant hazard for those living in the tunnels is the sudden rush of water that floods them after rainfall. The rainy season in Las Vegas lasts for 3 months, ending in September. Although these tunnels are designed to drain water quickly, they can also flood rapidly, often without warning, leaving residents with little time to gather their belongings. 8. San Jose, California. San Jose vividly illustrates the stark divide within the city, where flourishing developers and struggling residents coexist in a city that serves as the heart of Silicon Valley, home to tech giants like Apple, Google, and Facebook. Currently, San Jose is grappling with a homeless population of approximately 9,093 individuals, ranking it 6th among U.S. cities with the largest homeless populations. Ironically, this crisis unfolds in a city celebrated for having the highest concentration of billionaires worldwide. As homelessness continues to rise, the skyrocketing living costs, especially housing prices, are becoming increasingly untenable. With median home prices frequently surpassing $1 million, San Jose has established itself as one of the most expensive housing markets in the country. Consequently, many low-income residents, including essential workers, teachers, and even public officials, find themselves compelled to live far from the city or, in extreme cases, face homelessness. This glaring inequality underscores the harsh division between Silicon Valley's prosperity and the hardships endured by its less fortunate residents. 7. Sacramento, California. Sacramento, the capital of California, is recognized for its political significance, rich cultural heritage, and beautiful natural scenery. While the city is considered more affordable than other large cities in the state, Sacramento is not immune to the growing homelessness crisis, with around 9,281 people living without housing. Despite having a lower cost of living compared to places like San Francisco and Los Angeles, the city still faces a serious housing shortage. This deficit has exacerbated the social challenges, particularly homelessness, that Sacramento is striving to resolve. 6. Phoenix, Arizona. Phoenix, Arizona, currently has approximately 9,642 homeless individuals, positioning it among the U.S. cities with the highest homeless populations. While Phoenix is a well-known tourist destination featuring beautiful sights like the Desert Botanical Garden and Camelback Mountain, behind these stunning landscapes lies a troubling reality. Economic inequality and rising living costs are exacerbating the city's homelessness crisis, primarily driven by a severe housing shortage. Many low-income residents struggle to secure affordable housing. Additionally, Arizona is grappling with a severe opioid epidemic, with more than 2,000 residents dying from opioid overdoses. The rise of fentanyl, a potent synthetic opioid, is contributing significantly to this crisis. The Arizona Department of Health reports an alarming average of 5 deaths per day due to opioid overdoses. This troubling trend complicates the social challenges faced in Phoenix, intensifying the public health and housing crisis that cities nationwide are struggling to address. 5. Oakland, California. Shifting our focus to Oakland, California, a city located just east of San Francisco Bay, we find a place known for its rich cultural diversity and vibrant creativity, as well as being one of the busiest ports in the world. However, beneath Oakland's bustling urban facade lie significant social issues, with homelessness being one of the most pressing challenges. Currently, around 9,759 individuals are living without stable shelter, making Oakland the 7th U.S. city with the highest homeless population. Soaring housing prices have pushed many residents beyond their financial limits, creating a stark divide between affluent neighborhoods like Piedmont, where luxurious homes line the streets, and areas like East Oakland, where rows of makeshift tents line the sidewalks. A local property manager noted that the sight of RVs parked around apartment buildings often shocks potential renters, complicating the search for available rental properties in the area. 4. Denver, Colorado. Denver, the capital of Colorado, is renowned for its breathtaking natural beauty amidst the majestic Rocky Mountains, yet it faces a serious homelessness issue. Approximately 10,054 homeless individuals currently call Denver home, placing the city 5th among U.S. cities confronting this crisis. Tragically, at least 311 homeless individuals died in 2024, marking the highest number in any previous year, with drug overdoses being the leading cause of death. Experts agree that addressing homelessness necessitates a strong focus on providing housing, but Colorado is experiencing a severe housing crisis, ranking 7th nationwide in housing shortages, with a deficit of around 70,000 apartments. This scarcity has resulted in rising rent and property values, further exacerbating the homelessness crisis in Denver. 3. San Diego, California. San Diego is celebrated for its idyllic climate and stunning beaches, but beneath this coastal paradise lies a serious social crisis. The city now counts approximately 10,264 homeless individuals, ranking 4th among U.S. cities with the largest homeless populations. The appeal of San Diego to tourists and retirees has driven up the cost of living, pushing many long-term residents into poverty. Tracy Bennett, a 54-year-old woman, is one of San Diego's homeless residents who has faced constant upheaval, being forced to move her tent and belongings repeatedly due to the city's frequent cleanups of homeless camps. Despite finding temporary shelter near the bustling Gaslamp Quarter, ongoing notices from authorities have kept her in a constant state of transition for the past 7 years. Tracy believes that these evictions do not address the root causes of homelessness, stating, "We're not bad people. We're just in bad situations." Her words reflect the frustration shared by many in similar circumstances, as efforts to clean up homeless camps are seen as a waste of resources that fail to provide genuine solutions. 2. Los Angeles, California. Life in Los Angeles has become increasingly perilous, with approximately 71,320 homeless individuals residing in the city, ranking it second nationally for homelessness. Despite its reputation as the entertainment capital of the world, the soaring cost of living continues to leave many residents unable to afford housing. From 2020 to 2023, the homeless population surged by 12%, highlighting the inadequacy of local government efforts to address the crisis. Skid Row is notorious for homelessness, where makeshift shelters are strewn among industrial buildings, and some residents even siphon electricity from nearby streetlights. Visitors often express shock at the visible homelessness in such a wealthy city, with tents and tarpaulin shelters found near tourist destinations and along highway embankments. Broken-down mobile homes line the streets near Venice Beach, juxtaposed against multi-million-dollar mansions. Many homeless individuals wander the streets in tattered clothes or rummage through trash cans, with the pervasive stench of urine lingering in the air. While the city has successfully housed nearly 60,000 homeless individuals, many reject assistance, preferring independence despite their precarious living conditions. The stark divide between affluent neighborhoods like Beverly Hills and the struggles of those in Skid Row underscores the glaring social inequality in Los Angeles, compounded by ongoing crime issues, particularly gang violence that has plagued the city since the 1970s. 1. New York City, New York. New York City, often referred to as the Big Apple, is not only the largest city in the U.S., but also holds the unfortunate distinction of having the highest homeless population in the nation, with over 80,000 individuals. Once hailed as the land of opportunity, the city now faces a growing homelessness crisis fueled by an increasingly expensive housing market and rising interest rates that have driven many residents to the brink of poverty. For years, New York has been a magnet for immigrants seeking a better life, with recent arrivals from countries like Colombia, Chad, Burundi, Peru, Venezuela, and Madagascar. Unfortunately, many newcomers arrive with dreams of finding shelter, only to encounter harsh realities. Although the city is legally required to provide shelter to anyone who requests it, the nearly 100,000 new immigrants in the past year have overwhelmed the already strained shelter system. Efforts to mitigate the crisis, such as setting up tents and repurposing hotels and office buildings, have fallen short. Outside intake centers like the Roosevelt Hotel, many migrants are forced to sleep on the streets, waiting for temporary housing. The city's shelter system is visibly struggling, and the surge in homelessness, combined with cuts in federal and state support, has culminated in a severe humanitarian crisis in one of the world's most iconic cities. Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips from Knowledge Matrix, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.